Okay, y'all. We gotta talk about this. Listen, between work and between me going on vacation, going to a bunch of different countries, it's been lovely. I have not been thinking about YouTube. I have not been thinking about Fresh and Fit. None of this. But the previous video I made, did not think I would get more. I didn't think I was going to get more than 200 views. I think it's at 12,000 views, and I've gotten a lot of comments. People are asking me to do more. Got some haters in there, some Fresh and Fit stands. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sad because a lot of young men don't have any role models, and so when they see a Fresh and a Fit, really, like I said, Fit on Myron Games, whatever his name is, whatever his real name is, when you see him talking about people, yeah, that's right. I'm on a busy street. But when you see him talking about people, a lot of men gravitate towards it because he's putting women in their place, so to speak. You know, he's like fighting back. And I will say that there is something to that, right? Which is that I do believe society has overcorrected a little bit with how we think about men and women. However, some of the stuff that Myron preaches is just totally unacceptable. Like, it's totally unacceptable. It's unacceptable because it doesn't work. Like, what's bizarre about some of the people that's in my comments, oh man, you talking about another man in your video. Shut up. You are caping for another man in my comments. And not only that, it's a man who has constantly fumbled getting with certain women because of his ideas. And yet you watch his show religiously. Now, I know the real reason people watch his show. Right? It's eye candy, and it's men getting to talk back to women. You know, and it's a lot of really frustrated men. It's a lot of men who are sexually frustrated, men who are angry, women did something trifling to them. And that's real. But you can't stay there. You know what I'm saying? When you hurt, when you get out of a relationship, all this kind of stuff, you're not doing it, you can't stay there. And so the short of it is, and I'll probably make another video on why the Fresh and Fit will actually continue to be successful. But the short of it is, but there's a lot more interesting stuff to it. The short of it is, it's Jerry Springer meets Howard Stern, except Myron and Walter are very bad at interviewing people. Their interviews are unwatchable. I haven't been watching too much of them. A lot of people have messaged me and say, yo, you got to check this out. So I did watch this episode. But you get a lot of eye candy. Myron says some shocking stuff that men are like, yeah, it's not cheating. It's just us exercising our options. Bro, any breach of trust is cheating. Okay? It's not cheating. Even the logic of what he uses is so contradictory. If you tell a woman, hey, this is what I'm going to do, that's not cheating. That's an agreement that you have. So when you say, oh, it's not cheating, it's just a man exercising his options, the whole purpose of cheating is a breach of trust, a breach of an agreement. So if your agreement is that, hey, I get to sleep with, 20 different women while I'm with you, and y'all both agree to that, that's not cheating. Anyway, it's just to rouse women up. It's just to dominate women. It's just to put women down, put them in their place. Like I said, though, I do think our society has overcorrected. So that's how Myron can stay relevant in his speech, which is that he says stuff that has some truth to it, but goes down these bizarre conclusions. Now, I want to talk about Fresh because in my last video, I didn't really talk too much about Fresh because it's really Myron who peddles his ideology. And I'm so happy that this came. And listen, I'm not the biggest fan of DJ Akademiks, but he has nuggets and he has moments where he's zeroing in on contradictions. And that is one of my favorite things to do, to expose the the problems in people's logic. Not because I just like doing that, but because I want to know the truth. And the truth is that Fresh is very quiet most of the podcast, other than doing the most basic stuff like, hey, tell us your name, your age, your social security number. He is very basic. He adds very little to the podcast itself. It's really mostly generated by Myron's outlandish ideas, and sometimes over serious, way too serious, trigger finger, like, you're laughing? Get the hell out of here type energy. That's the Jerry Springer part of it. And then he says some stuff that he's regurgitated from other people, and people say, oh man, he knows what he's talking about. But he only knows what he's talking about to an extent. Now, people could say, oh man, you hating on Myron, bro. Why don't you give us some advice? I'll give you some advice. I'm going to give you some advice in this. And part of the advice is me breaking down what he says that's wrong, that's going to mess you up if you want to attract beautiful women to have relations with or a relationship with. Because I'd actually argue that most men, when you've dealt with a lot of women, bruh, you're not going to go into the world constantly looking for a new woman. Trust me when I say this. When you get to a certain level of man, and they brought them on, and this is the number one thing with Myron, when presented with evidence that contradicts his ideology, he dismisses it and continues down his line of thinking and is leading you all off a cliff. Because if your objective is, how can I find a beautiful woman to be with me, a woman that likes me for me, a woman that's whatever, then Myron is not actually who you want to listen to for the most part. Now, preaching, you got to get in shape, you got to get your money up. All of those things actually will help you. But then he tells you other things that does not help you. Now, sorry, because that's just so much to say about Myron. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll give Myron a little credit. From the few episodes that I saw, he has not been as rageful as he has been in his other things that got himself in trouble. But it's still there. The rage is still there. The disgust, the contempt that he has for pretty much all women is still there, but it's not just right below the surface now. Now it's controlled, and it makes for a much smoother podcast. So they're going to be okay for a while, but Myron's going to burst again because over time he's going to get comfortable, and then he's going to explode again, and it's going to look ugly. Now, there's so many things wrong with this podcast. They're blowing up, so I have to talk about them. The thing about it is, maybe they probably don't watch. There's so many people watching, making videos about them. And a lot of them are totally useless. A lot of the people making commentary about these people's videos are boring. They have no analysis. It's not interesting. They're not giving you information that's going to help you better your life. I'm here to disassemble the lies that you are using that is not going to help you, and I'm going to give you some nuggets over the course of the videos that I do. I'm going to do videos about other stuff. I don't like just talking about these people, but I got like 100 messages telling me to look at this, and they wanted my commentary, which is wild because I've only put like 2 videos out on YouTube. But, when you have a mind, people recognize that, and they want to hear you say something. So we're going to watch this, and a lot of it has to do with the contradictions that exist constantly. Because Fresh actually does not believe in what Myron says. But we're going to watch this, and I'm gonna break it down to you.
Tell the audience what the debate is about today.
Fresh, I love you, brother. But I feel like you're walking into the path of becoming what I would say is a hypocrite, or you're just strictly delusional, something that you preach against. Mm-hmm. And I would just like for you to remain on your pivot while instructing the many. We got 4,000 people in here, while instructing them how to live their lives. Make sure you're very cognizant how you're living yours. Or you could maybe just keep it real and just say, hey, you listen. Follow what I say, but not what I do. Okay?
Yikes.
I asked you a few simple questions, and the answers were very alarming. Okay, I feel like if the roles were reversed, and we have like a lot of beautiful women on the panel today. But I've watched you guys know I watch your show religiously when I'm not here, and the advice you give to men is very different than what you are following.
Okay, explain to me where.
Okay.
Yikes.
And again, the only audience and jury will be the chat.
Yeah.
I believe if you were speaking about a woman who, is in her early 20s, who came to Miami, who met high value men, like you would consider yourself, right?
Yeah, for this show, yeah.
Okay. if you would speak about that woman who met that guy on a multi-million-dollar yacht, the first thing in the assumption wouldn't be she loves me or she likes me for me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with actually liking a girl. Like, by the way, I don't think you guys are preaching that at all. That would be, I'd be inside a little Nas X territory if you guys were.
Pause. See, no, okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to break this down because even DJ Akademiks is actually wrong here. Myron never really preaches actually liking a girl. Myron constructs these relationships where she's purely like it's a utilitarian argument, which is that she's only good at what she can do for me. Not like genuine, hey, I actually like you as a person, right? And because I like you as a person, I want you to be with me. His is always, will you have sex with me? Cook clean, bring me value. And like, while all of that is good, it is a very cold and just like overly logical way of having a relationship. There's something about like, there are other intangibles that really fill up why men stay with women. It's like, yo, I like her style, bro. I rocks with her, bro. Like, she's loyal, bro. She's on the same wavelength as me. Like, I don't have to say everything I'm thinking. She knows how that's intangibles that you can't name. And I'd argue that Myron actually teeters on not even caring about a girl in that way. He only thinks about how you care about a woman in terms of what specific services she brings to you. So I think DJ Akademiks is a little wrong on that.
But that's not what you guys are doing. Yeah. What you guys are just saying that you want guys to be aware and also not to get finessed, right?
Yeah,
facts. It's about self-improvement, right? I've heard Myron say that a bunch of times.
As we do, help guys get better.
I feel like your life right now might not be matching what you preach, and it's okay because we all make mistakes. By the way, I've made mistakes too, and as brothers, because I've made mistakes, I could try to help you as you're making your mistake now. Okay, listen, I always say, the smart man learns from his own mistake. The wise man learns from the mistake of others. Okay, right. I'm trying to have you at least be wise, not smart. And a dumb person never learns at all.
Yo, I can't even front.
You
Akademiks' cheeks are huge, bro. I like whenever I see this man, I think chipmunk. No disrespect to Akademiks, but like, boy, we would have been roasting your ass at the goddamn lunch table, boy. But boy, a millionaire, so he could talk his shit. What you're gonna see now is Fresh never actually make a counter argument. It's gonna be really embarrassing.
I haven't made mistakes in my past at all.
No, I've heard the story. You were married before.
Yeah.
Right? It was just alarming that and by the way, I like your beautiful, what do y'all consider each other? By the way, Henny Demix.
We vibing right now. We chilling. We vibing. So.
Beautiful. I like it. So, so y'all would be, y'all just talking right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you said something on like last show when I was on. It was a little bit alarming. You said she was very different from every girl you meet in Miami, when I've heard you speak about every girl in Miami before. You generalize.
Yeah.
And I've also heard, this one of my friends, like, Myron, you got some classic quotes, my brother. You know you're a legend, right?
Yeah, no, thank you, bro.
Listen.
You are too.
Hey, listen. You know what I mean? We're not talking about your anecdotal experience. We're talking about like the majority of the people, okay? We're not talking about like your exception. If you were to speak about the person who we are talking about in question, who sit next to you,
yeah, Right here.
you wouldn't necessarily.
All right, listen. I hate to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much content in here that I gotta talk about. But like, I want to just talk about her physically and her beauty because that's what most of this channel, Fresh and Fit, really talk about. How pretty is she? That's like the one of the biggest reasons that they'll ever mess with a girl. I hate to say this, but Fresh has talked down about black women a lot. And I'm somebody, I love me some black women for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into the really basic ways that most men can understand, when it comes to sex, man, black women be on average be just better. I'm just gonna hold you. I just gotta keep it real with you. Now, she is an attractive woman, and she has natural beauty. I don't think she has some makeup on, but she is an attractive woman, but she's not a showstopper. Which I think like nobody's gonna talk about here. If we being honest, nobody wants to talk about this like preference, and it's all right. You can have your preference, but Fresh's preference is rooted in a little bit of self-hatred. It's like, yo, black women, they all ratchet. I want a white girl, but all women are capable of finessing you, bro. And like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like most of his life he hasn't really been able to be with a white woman. I can tell you, as someone who's been with a bunch of them, women are women, man. And there's something about being able to really relate to a woman that makes it a better experience. Not saying you can't do it with a woman, because there's some white women you can do that with, really. And you can find one that can relate to you. But like, for Fresh and Fit, the last thing I'll say on this topic is for Fresh and Fit's podcast to be exploding, where they got clips going viral. They're one of the things in Miami. And so many beautiful women set up shop in Miami. You supposed to have a dime thick, and if you want a light, you get you a nice light skin Latina thick, just bad. I mean, bro, she's above average with a cute smile. She's cute. That's like the number one word I would say for her. She's cute, but like, damn, Fresh, with all your clout, you mean to tell me you can't pull a thicker than a Snicker? Let's keep going.
Be on the position you are now. You would actually say, hey, listen, she's with you because of what you're about, right? But you made the bold statement, which this is why I think your audience is probably looking at you like if you're a hypocrite. Mm. You met her on a yacht. In a very short time, you're like, I know for a fact she's with me for me. Explain.
Okay, so you made some claims there just now, right? That were
Hey, yo, look at her face, man. She's like, oh shit, I'm being called out. I'm being sussed out.
kind of assumptions, and I understand because you don't watch the show all the time. That being said, when I said that she's different from most girls, it's because she's not from Miami. She's from Philly, right? So if you know the game here in Miami, right? Most Miami girls are in a certain like bracket, in a certain like environment, and they all kind of do like the same things. Hold on. That being said, if a girl's new to Miami, she's not really into that environment that well.
That's false. That's false, bro. And this what's crazy is that Fresh knows that. As someone who's been to Miami for a bunch of summer breaks, let me tell you something. And it's just like some other cities where freaky stuff happens. Women that go to Miami know what Miami's about. Everybody there, all the women are walking around half naked, ready to party. It is Miami attracts a mentality. I would argue to say that a lot of the locals aren't, the people who was born there aren't like, they aren't always as crazy as the people who are from the middle of nowhere who want to come and get freaky. You hear them all the time say, hey, I broke up with my boyfriend in New York and I moved to Miami. Hey, I broke up with my boyfriend in Willacoochee, Georgia, and I moved to Miami. Why? It's because they felt so compressed and so tied up. Now they just want to explode, have all this sex, and just be wild and be freaky and be a hoe. That's it. That's the truth. So this idea that she's not into that yet is actually ridiculous.
So as a first timer in Miami, right? She's not gonna be in certain circles where they get passed around, or like, you feel me? Like it's kind of like a environment where things happen all the time and like follow like a certain pattern.
Can I
That being said, hold on. That being
what
said,
does new to Miami mean though?
Huh?
What does new to Miami mean? Because she was born in Jersey. She's just out here for school.
Facts.
Right? Is everybody here born in Miami?
I am.
You're born in Miami.
Yeah, born and raised.
You're born and raised. Okay, but she's not. So if someone moves here, they're different.
I'm saying at the beginning, they're not kind of like tainted by the Miami.
That's not true.
Miami's very like, I want to say good and bad at the same time, because like in the environment, it makes you turn a certain way. Either by the partying, the people you're around,
to the streets.
and most girls that would have been good girls.
See, he's not making sense.
Turn to the streets. Is what it is.
So they turn hoes.
That being said, if you meet a girl for the first time and she's in this environment and she's not a part of this whole cycle, you kind of got a chance, because at the beginning she only knows you, but she meets other players in the game where it's like, oh, like this is where I'm at. I can see all these guys. Then she's kind of thinking, like, you know what? I got many options. Fuck this nigga. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do and get what I want.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's crazy that they're talking about like her intentions right next to her. Like, that's hilarious.
That being said, right? I invited her on the yacht.
That being said, I love it.
I invited her on the yacht, right, for a purpose to meet and talk to her.
So the first time you met her, you invited her on the yacht,
100%.
and you left the yacht by saying she fucks with me for me.
No. This is after a period of time where like I saw certain things. I saw what she's about, where she came from. I was like, okay, cool. Dude, think about this, right? I've seen multiple chicks come to Miami all the time, get into a certain environment, and then they change completely. However, when they first come to Miami, they're not always into that environment where they make that change.
Why, bro? This is what's so crazy to Fresh. He doesn't make any sense. Like, whenever he's trying to refute women's points and everything like that, it's bad. It's hard to watch sometimes, because he doesn't actually have well thought out ideas. The thing about Myron Gaines, Mr. Fit, is that even though his ideology is outrageous and outlandish and contradictory at times, at least it has its type of cohesiveness. I feel like Fresh right now is making up an argument on the fly that has so many holes, man. It's like Swiss cheese.
Okay, so what happens is that girls come to Miami, right? They meet some friends, they go out, they meet promoters, they meet celebrities, and then they're for the street.
And then she gone.
And then she goes.
You're Myron.
And then
Myron.
Let me finish. So I've experienced.
I'm gonna eat him alive after.
Dating multiple girls. Some from Miami, some from outside of Miami, France, Germany, wherever, right? So I've seen the cycle here. Now that being said, when I met her, I saw she hadn't been tainted yet. She hadn't been like in certain circles where, like, you know what? Damn, she's gone through the streets.
See, oh my God, man. I don't even want to keep pausing this, but y'all are here for my commentary. Like, if you want to watch the video, go watch the video. You see it at the top. But if you want somebody who's actually going to explain the problems with this, it's me. So this is my commentary. What really happened is that he was attracted to this girl. And it was a girl who fits a certain type of aesthetic, which I'm going to just be honest with, like, black men who have some self-hatred, internal self-hatred, feel like is always unattainable. This, like, white girl who looks like she should be dating this white guy that looks like goddamn Justin Bieber. And she was suddenly attainable to you. But you cannot dismiss the context by which she was actually down to connect with you. Later we find out he found her on a seeking arrangements. This idea that she's not about it is wild. And they don't even mention that in here. Fresh conveniently never mentions that in this entire conversation because he knows it obliterates his entire argument. The fact that Fresh tries so hard to make excuses and hides inconvenient information knows that you can't trust this man. He's just happy he's living this amazing life. He found a girl that would never really talk to him if he didn't have clout, if he wasn't on a poppin' podcast, and she's there to do whatever, and she's just giving herself to him because she came to Miami to have fun. So it's not about even being finessed. I know a lot of people, they say, oh, well, she's just trying to get me for my money. A lot of women will come to Miami like, yo, I just want to have fun. I'm young, and you can take me in a fancy car. We can drive places. You can help me get into clubs for free. We can be on yachts. We can go to fancy restaurants. Look at me. I'm on the podcast that's popping. That's gonna get hundreds of thousands of views. Like that. She's with you for that, and she's like, yeah, I'll have sex with this guy. I'll hang out with this guy. This guy's fun. Yeah, being on a yacht is. Anybody who's been on a really nice yacht, I'm like, oh my god.
So I want to see where her head was at, and we meet on certain levels. We vibe, and regarding my vlogs, she adds value to my vlogs. So you know what? I want to get to know her a little bit better. We're just vibing right now.
Okay.
She adds value to your vlogs, bro. Any girl would add value. Any girl's just eye candy. You make silly jokes. You go places. She don't really have much to say. That's what all the girls do on these stupid vlogs, man. She's not funny. She's not interesting. She doesn't have much to say. If you watch her on these podcasts, she does not bring any value. She is an airhead who just wants to have fun, who Fresh is happy to be with.
So your whole argument of, oh, I'm going to be finessed by this chick.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I want to make certain claims. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you're a little bit exposing yourself.
How?
Because the way you talk about women, especially because you're in Miami, you just proved that saying that if she's here and she's new, those rules don't apply. You don't talk to just a Miami audience. You talk to an audience that's literally all around the world. So you're pretty much telling your audience, everything I tell you doesn't apply to y'all because you're not in Miami. I thought you were giving universal rules. That's hold on.
See, this is actually a haymaker that a lot of people probably just passed by, which is that Fresh and Fit give advice. Really Myron, but I'm going to just say the podcast. Peddles out advice that pertains to a Miami lifestyle. You know, I see a lot of people that say, oh, well, you a Tyrone and you can do this. I'm not a Tyrone. I'm probably above average in looks, way above average in intelligence. You know, I make very good money. I'm not going to front, but I'm not like a millionaire or anything like that. And I haven't always made money. And I've been with plenty of beautiful women. They're giving you bad advice because, let me tell you something. A woman does not put looks as high as men do. I'm going to say that again. A woman does not focus on looks as much as men do. Other things come into play. Yes, money. That's true. Money can play into play. But a lot of women, and this is the thing that happens on the show. I don't care about money. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of women don't. They care about lifestyle and stuff like that, but they want to just have a good time. They want to like you as a person. And that's something that Myron will never preach to y'all because he doesn't know how to do that. That's a huge thing. So there's two major things. And I'm kicking y'all game. Y'all talking about, oh, well, you just a Tyrone and that's why you was always getting girls. Listen, I got girls because all I would have to do is get in a room with them. I got with girls because all I had to do was get in a room with them. And I didn't know this at first. It took me a while to realize that I had a really good mouthpiece. And when a woman could feel and internalize who I was witty, I was mysterious, I was funny, I had depth, I could talk about any particular subject. I wasn't boring like most men are because all you do is play video games all day and jack off to porn. You're not going to have a personality doing that, bro. You got to live your life. You got to go through trials and tribulations. You got to travel. You got to move to different contexts, get different jobs. You got to do kind of stuff. That builds character because that's substance you're putting into your body. Fresh and Fit don't have great personalities. Fit, Myron Gaines is damn near hard just to be around. Period. So he cannot rely on his personality. He can't go up to a bar, sit by himself, and a girl comes by, she's sitting with her friends, you strike up a conversation, all of a sudden she's feeling you, she doesn't know why, she's like, I mean, he's about average, I don't know what's going on, I like talking to him, he's good company, he can't give, you want to talk about game, that's real game, not the, I'm gonna wait, if she don't call me back, then I ain't calling her back, that's not no game. Game is making a girl fall in love with your presence. And that's not something you trick your way into doing it. You have to do it in a genuine way. If you don't have enough substance, you need to curtail your personality. Listen to people who are funny, people who are charismatic. See what they do. A lot of it has to do with being comfortable with yourself and actually having something worthwhile to say. But that's something that they never give you. And to end it, they are talking to people who are... They're giving you Miami advice. This is not regular wherever you're at advice. This is Miami advice, and Miami is a very particular type of place.
Hold on.
We're talking about her.
I got
right
you. No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about how you are saying she doesn't apply to many things that you would say about the normal girl.
No, it can't happen on site. I'm just saying that, like.
Second of all, I do want to ask a question. And by the way, the chat's gonna be the jury.
Okay.
You said, number one, she was here for a short amount of time and she wasn't tainted, quote unquote. And you have done the checks and balances to make sure she's not going to be that. Could you at least tell the jury how long you've known her?
1 month.
Even she laughing. She knows this is silly. Like, bro, you are Fresh. You're pathetic. Fresh, just be honest and say you like her, man. You don't know shit about her. You just happy that a cute white girl is down to be with you. Everybody, look at Slow Jams patting their head. People just like, oh shit, this is bad.
Okay.
Everybody moving their face, laughing.
Okay. So in a month, you met her on a yacht. A month later, you have figured out that she isn't what every other girl in Miami is.
Look, you're taking it as in like, yo, I'm about a wife. Like, it's only like,
Myron.
only girl is like, yo, like I just met her, right? So obviously I'm like checking to see where she's at. And at the same time, it's like, yo, I'm seeing traits where she's like different in terms of like, okay, she's not thinking like most Miami girls. That being said, I don't know the full, trajectory. Like she just got here. So it's like, we're vibing right now.
What does it mean that she's different and not thinking like a Miami girl? I just pointed you out someone.
Okay.
Explain that, because I've heard you say, she came on my podcast. You say, hey, listen, women, especially down here, they're going to be attracted to certain things, this blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be different from a Miami girl? Explain that difference.
Okay. So for example, right? She's not into like designer, going crazy like, oh, I need to have this and that. It's more like she wants a good time with me, right? And then secondly, like, for example,
ridiculous, bro. A lot of women not into designer, man. A lot of women are into designer, Louis bags, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody likes a nice name brand every now and then. But to not be into designer, that's a fashion choice. Wanting to have a good time is exactly Miami.
What Miami girls are, generally.
No, some are. Obviously not every single girl, but some are about that. Like,
we're talking about just majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like.
By the way, Myron, just because I want to be fair.
This nigga, bro.
No. You're allowed to be his lawyer.
Oh. Okay.
I'm telling you, I don't want this to be a mistrial because they said he ain't had a public defender, he ain't had Johnny Cochran with him, he ain't had the nigga who had Bill Cosby get out of jail. You could hop in at any time because this guy seems.
You guys go.
You
guys go like one round, 2 rounds maybe, and then we'll get because I know y'all wanted to do this. We got 6,000 plus you guys in here. First of all, like the goddamn video right now.
I need like a 15-second speed up.
You're accusing me of being a hypocrite and being delusional, right? So I want to know where in this whole like scenario here.
You heard what somebody said? I didn't even catch that the first time I watched this. You're just in love. Just say you infatuated with the girl.
No, I'm not. we're in a scenario, right? Do you?
I don't think he's in love for real. Just to give Fresh some credit, I do think it's like The Great Gatsby. And I know a lot of you Negroes don't read, or whomever's watching this video. A lot of y'all people don't read. But The Great Gatsby was chasing this lifestyle and wanted this woman who represented this lifestyle. Not her. She was just an ornament in that achievement. But you're gonna hear Fresh dodge all of that.
You see me being hypocritical in regards to like just dating her.
No. You're being hypocritical because if everything that I've seen this podcast preach that you're a part of, when I've seen your actions with her, you're acting like, and I've seen y'all silence a lot of women here by saying you're just the exception. We're talking about the rule. You are willing to basically say, hey, fuck the rule. She's the exception.
Wait, okay. Where did they say that? I'm saying that she is showing certain traits right now.
Why do you think she's interested in you?
Ask her.
I was gonna say, can I answer this?
Of course.
I feel like the first day that I met you, having that genuine conversation on the boat, like
on a yacht.
On the boat.
On the boat, bruh. You're on a yacht. Listen, it's the magic formula. When you're trying to woo a girl, a lot of women will say, you can't woo me. Listen, if you have money and some connections, it is easy to woo somebody. If you haven't been taken to a nice place, you're going to feel wooed. Put some alcohol in a young girl's system, woo them. Oh, psh. And she like, I had a great time. I'd love to continue doing this.
Was it 60?
By the way, that don't have nothing to do with Fresh. It's that Fresh can provide fun. Not that she likes Fresh for Fresh, which is what Fresh seems to be peddling here, which is sad, honestly.
Foot long? Was it 85 foot?
I couldn't even tell you.
So you're telling me that the conversation that you had with him there, if he cold approached you, right, while you were online about to get into, I don't know if you go to Club Live or whatever, any spot out here, you was about to get some, I don't know, some fucking yogurt, and he cold approached you, if he had the same conversation that he had with you on the boat in fucking beautiful Miami, I've been on a yacht with this nigga. I was like, damn, I can understand why this is a flex. If he had the same conversation with you, you're like, no, this is my guy.
See, I am a very big personality person.
Oh, first of all, that was a yes or no question, and she's already trying to make some excuses. The answer to that is no, and it's because Fresh is not a very good talker, and if you struggle to communicate, I mean, and no disrespect to Fresh, because I don't like talking about I'm not trying to make fun of people who have stuttering problems. But like that is a barrier to being able to effectively communicate your personality. And so Fresh, either a woman's going to have patience, or he's going to have to rely on things that cover up that, like just be on this yacht and then you have fun. And at the end, I'm going to just talk to you while we look at the stars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She's already feeling good. And she's looking at the person who delivered this experience to her. Do you know what I'm saying?
So if he came up to me and he just came and was like, hey, let me get your number, that's a no from me. The fact that he invited me and he's...
Oh, wait, I didn't even... So she just said... Oh, man. She said no. Yeah, if you just came up to me and tried to get a number, she's going to try to get the number, she's going to be like, nah. The fact that he invited me to a yacht changed things.
He invited me out before.
Yeah.
And it was just the fact that me and my roommate were sitting at home. No, me and my roommate were sitting at home, and I was like, wow, what are we going to do tonight? And then, like, at that moment, he texted me, and he was like, hey, do you guys...
with scooters or get on the yacht. Let's talk about it.
And he's right. I'm not a materialistic person at all. I could be if I wanted to. I don't care about that shit. Like, my dream car is a fucking Honda Civic. Like, there's nothing about me materialistic. Being on a yacht is not... I wasn't like, oh my God, like he's inviting us to a yacht. Like, I'm so excited.
So what about
I've been on a yacht before. I've had people try to hit on me. It's not about the yacht.
Okay, what about the conversation? What did he...
I don't even think she understands the yacht. See, she's minimizing yachts. Just having a yacht would attract a gold digger. She's not a gold digger. She's a fun digger. She's a lifestyle digger. So yes, she doesn't care about having fancy cars or the yacht in and of itself, but the experience of being on a yacht and having fun on a yacht, which is what that provides. Like having a Lamborghini, a lot of people might say, oh, I want a Lamborghini so I can park it in front of the club and everybody can see me and think, oh my God, he's a man. I personally like fast cars because of the thrill. When you step on the gas in a really fast car, that thrill when your surroundings blur and you feel that car grip the ground and it shoots off is exhilarating. So there's differences. So it's like she's trying to act like I don't care about the yacht, but you had a good time on a yacht.
We want to learn because I'm like
it was
one
like
of the
a
people...
genuine like I want to get to know you thing. I think we both had a physical attraction to each other at that point, and it wasn't like, hey, like I want to get to know you to fuck. It felt super genuine, and we just had a really good time. We talked up there for like...
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Fresh wanted to smash. Let's not even. But Fresh actually just didn't want to smash too. That's the thing that is also interesting because Myron tries to make it seem like everything's just about sex. Fresh wants a ornament. It's the Great Gatsby. He wants this girl who, for most of his life, has been absolutely unattainable. I've seen pictures of Fresh's ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but let's keep going, man.
Like an hour and a half before we got interrupted. We probably could have talked the entire way back and forth. Like,
that ain't shit. Like, you talking for an hour and a half or whatever. Are you serious? Come on, man.
I think what your problem is that like,
wait, you said he invited you out before. Why you didn't go before?
Hold on.
I was always busy, or like I was pretty near. I was living.
Come on.
I'm trying to see.
You see what your problem is? You think that because I have clout, everyone wants me for clout. However, for you, that's true. For me, it's not. I actually have game, bro, right? That being said,
slow it down. I just dissed you. He said, I actually have game. Come on, man. If there's one thing that Fresh does not have much of, it's what they call game. What the game that they're talking about is like this mythical thing where I'm going to come up to you, I'm going to seduce you. Come on, man. Look at Fresh, bro. Listen to how he talks. Somebody needs to, in the comments, needs to tell me how I put those memes in these videos. Where that guy that, man's not hot. You know that song, Man's Not Hot, when the boy was like, I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. You ain't got that, Fresh. So you already trying to put DJ Akademiks down. Listen, you only get girls for clout. I get girls because I got game. It ain't about my clout, please.
Hold on. That being said, right, bro? Your experience, right, with girls is tainted because you want to see it for clout. Versus here, I'm telling you the truth, bro. Look, it's the truth, right? So for you, it's like
we need evidence to substantiate your claims.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this, bro. First of all, if you got clout, if you have access to a boat, fuck it. It's part of who you are. It is.
Now I agree with this. It's
what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't look at that as like, oh, I need to use. Yeah, fuck it. I'm using this too for my power. You know what I'm saying? My power up.
If you have deficiencies. Like Walter has. Walter is a self-proclaimed ugly boy, right? Like Walter calls himself ugly, and he has a speaking problem. He needs to have things to compensate for that. Now, this is the cold hard truth. I'm not red pill, black pill, or any of this kind of stuff, but I will take pieces from some of these things that I've heard that actually is true. But a lot of their ideologies in totality have problems. If you got a stammering problem and you're a not attractive dude, you need something to, you need clout. You need to be funny. You need to have amazing personality. You need to have money to provide an experience, a lifestyle, this kind of stuff. And so this is the specific hard lesson some men have to realize. Like, if you a dude and you 5'5", boy, you better be, you better be, everything else better be straight to compensate.
Of attraction.
And I also would say this, it happens on the flip side. Typically, people who people call like Tyrones or like very attractive men, tall, handsome, all that kind of stuff, they typically don't need a lot of that other stuff. Like, they don't really have a personality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them do. This happens with women too. You'll meet beautiful women who have terrible personalities because they haven't had to develop that. It's all, but and this is game I'm kicking to y'all again. It's important to try to develop all of the stuff. Think about if you're a man that when a woman talks to you for, is at the bar and talks to you for 30 minutes, she's like, damn, I actually like this guy. Yeah, I like his vibe, the stuff he had to say. He just taught me stuff. Oh, he's interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of mysterious. Also, brother got money. You know what I'm saying? He's taking care of himself, taking care of people around him. And then we can go and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be all that. So let's see what Mike has to say.
That's what men do. Even in the wild, like male birds do crazy exotic dances and shit and displays for women. You know what I'm saying? Rams fight each other. Lions fight each other.
I hate when people... This is some pseudo-intellectual shit that happens, though. And it's frustrating because it sounds good, it makes sense, but you cannot relate animals or other animals to human beings. When you start to get to certain primates, maybe some of that makes sense, but you can find an animal that really does any kind of thing. For instance, like hyenas. The female hyena is bigger and more aggressive and vicious than the male hyena. So you could say, I mean, what are you going to say then? Like, there's too many different types of species of animals that contradict whatever point that you try to make by taking some assortment of animals to make a point. This is a really pseudo-intellectual kind of thing that happens. But if you say that to some women gonna nod their head. Most people will nod their head. But when you deal with somebody like me, it's gonna be like, but let's keep letting him talk.
That's what we do. Fuck it. We buy nice watches and rings and jewelry.
Let's go $5.
Yeah.
I wish I could get the little...
I see some water on the other hand. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying we do things that other men can't do. You know what I'm saying? To attract a potential mate. Female. I don't see anything wrong with that shit.
Me either.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's cool with acknowledging that shit. Yeah, fuck it. If I'm on a boat or I have access to a boat and I want to get to know somebody, I'm gonna invite her on a boat too.
Yeah.
Mike, I think you're touching on a point that I was trying to make.
But see,
that's a horrible point about. Exactly. You made a point about the chain and that I would see the chain and the watch and be like, he's rich. You know how many broke people I see with chains and watches and nice cars? They could be the brokest motherfuckers I've ever met.
You even said on your podcast, yo, you got a chain and a watch. You could be a scammer or you could be broke. You even said on your podcast.
I used to work as doing bottle service at a strip club.
Yeah.
But see, this argument is so bad. Although DJ Akademiks is good, I'm sure he's going to come back with a rebut. This is as far as I watched the first go through, so this is going to be all new for me after this. She's talking about two different things. She already says she doesn't care about flashiness or like people's display of money. But she came down to Miami to have fun. Fresh is a fun dispenser. Look at her. She's above average in looks. I mean, some people might say she's above average in looks. I'm not going to. She has a cute smile. She could get a guy who looks way better than Fresh. She could probably get a guy who has more money than Fresh. But did somebody deliver on the fun part?
The girls would pass on everyone that looked broke. And I would take them as a client. They would make no money and I would make money because I didn't judge somebody off the way that they look.
Yo, Fresh, this is one of the biggest things I feel like you keep making this like an error. Because I feel like you're judging sincerity on what you think she's passed up. You know what I mean?
How?
For any woman I've encountered that's fucked with me, like, I've seen women who I fucked with like, oh, Sway Lee hit me up. Young Thug hit me up. Rest in peace, XXXTentacion hit me up. It's not because you're not, like, maybe celebrity-wise or rich-wise bigger than them, means because they didn't fuck with those people for whatever reason, they're with you for you. That's not the case, my brother. And I feel like you're using that to be like, well, I know a lot of people who's more lit has hit her up, blah, blah. I'm just trying to say that for what you're preaching, it's all about what you're preaching, my dog.
Yeah. Hold on. No.
But when
turn
into them,
here's the point. Here's the point. So what am I preaching that's going to be delusional or not true? Tell me.
Yeah.
You still haven't told me. Okay. I'm still waiting.
I feel like if you didn't like her, if you didn't love her or whatever the case is, I don't know if you do.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a normal girl like her that came on this podcast and that girl said, hey, I'm dating a high value man and that guy's making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you had to tell that girl, who, by the way, she's an app developer, right? She's not from here. She's been here how long?
5 months.
5 months. And if that girl said the guy that they're now fucking with, they know for a month, what would you tell that person that you don't like?
Yeah.
So
that's all I'm saying.
So look.
Only thing, the reason why Myron can't even be your defense attorney right now, because Myron, he gotta live what he preached. All I'm just saying is that
no.
I'll let y'all.
No. He's letting us talk, so don't play that game, right? So this is between me and you.
No, Myron can hop in too.
This is why I got you on the ropes, right? Because you're thinking that like, okay, just because she's a regular girl on the show, I won't say there's an exception to the rule. That being said, her situation, bro, like, isn't normal. Most girls that come to Miami, they're already in the environment and they get fucked up.
All right, she's new to Miami. Huh? She's new to Miami as well. Is she just like her?
I don't know.
But what does it matter?
He doesn't know her.
My first response is gonna be, you know what? She's capping. I don't know all the details here, but for the most part, she's called capping. That being said, there may be girls that are in that environment that may not be the same. I'm just saying that, like, I actually met her. I spoke to her for an hour plus. I got to see her a little bit. You know what? Damn. This is different for me.
Fucking hour, my nigga. I spoke on a podcast to women for hours at a time, brother.
An hour on the boat. I got to see where her mind was at.
She's on a fucking yacht.
Hold on. Then we went on
hypnotizing, dog.
Multiple dates. Hold on. See. Multiple dates. I can see certain things. Okay, you know what? She's cool. I want to get to know her a little bit better. I never said, oh, she's the one. Nigga.
No, you said she's different from everyone else because
she
she talked
different
because she talked to you an hour on the yacht and went on a couple of dates with you afterwards. Nigga, that just seems glaringly
and she's not from
hypocritical.
I understand, right,
from what I used to hear from Fresh and Fit. Y'all be giving the game.
No,
I love when y'all.
No.
Yo, by the way,
we say no. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here.
Know what I said this to you? Regular dudes listen to y'all and play y'all in the car that their girl could hear game. So when they see half of the podcast maybe slipping, it's not my job.
How am I slipping?
Because you're not giving the same advice, or you're not having the same mentality about your situation like you would tell somebody else.
Yes, I am.
How?
This is where you messed up, because you think, right, that like just because I'm chilling with her that I'm not seeing anybody else. Or for example,
oh my god. Why? You know Fresh is on the ropes when he has to say that in front of his girl. I'm talking to other girls in front of what?
That her situation is like every other girl.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Fresh. Don't do it, Fresh.
No. And then
relax, my guy.
So, I've heard this before on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Hold on.
I've heard this on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I'm not done.
A high-valued man, you know, by the way, high-valued men are rare. Are we going to be in agreement? Anybody else want to say otherwise in here?
But I'm pretty sure she's a high-valued woman.
Okay, well, hold on.
There's no such thing as that.
No.
That's a whole other discussion.
Hold on. All right, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So if you said to her, right, hey, would the shit I've heard y'all say about high-value men and high-value women, would you say to her, like, baby, you might have to share me because I'm a high-value man, which is rare. And are you willing to share it? Let's hear her first.
Hold on. You see, this is where you fucked up, because you don't watch the show. I said multiple times, if I choose, right, to be with one girl, I've had fucked many girls, right, bro? If I choose a chance to say, you know what, I like her, I can do that. Because guess what? I've vetted girls. I've seen what I've had multiple options. I can do it. That's why you don't watch podcasts, bro.
I don't know.
You know, you're judging me based off what you hear Myron say, not what I say. I say
not on the same page.
No, we are, but I just choose to be with one person if I want to. He wants multiple wives. He wants kids. I don't.
So
this is why when you make assumptions about people.
No. It's not even about assumptions.
It is. It really is, bro.
So in your rhetoric, then you should let dudes know hey, not all high-valued men should be giving their woman the ultimatum that because
we do, bro. We do.
Does, I ain't gonna lie.
We always do. She watches
He
the show.
does.
Okay.
See, you're assuming, right?
Okay,
That just
go ahead.
because you think that we say one thing is on the rule, we say, look, some guys, majority of guys are gonna want that type of lifestyle, but some don't. We put that in there.
Oh my god. This is so annoying. Man, it's cringy because everybody knows that the main thrust of this podcast is that Myron says if you're high value, you're going to have to she's going to have to share you. That is like a theme that comes up, and to pretend like Fresh obviously counters that with, hey, some high value men just want one woman. He's probably said that before, but in the context of I don't know how many videos, how many podcasts that they've had now, that is a blip compared to how loudly Myron proclaims if he's high value, you're gonna have to share him. That is so for him to just peddle that is just nonsense.
But our show is very radical, right? I get it. It's very strong point, one point of view.
Myron is radical, not you, bro. You want a less radical lifestyle.
So you're thinking, oh, that's all it really is, bro. We say it all the time. Look, if you're a high value man, you have a choice to make. You want multiple chicks? You can, because you earned it, you deserve it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And some guys out there, they got hella money, but they want one girl. Jeff Bezos, one girl. You feel me? Like, it's just a choice.
Hold on, what do you want?
Huh?
What do you want?
I already said it. I already said, if I decide to settle down, it's gonna be with one girl. That being said, will I marry again? Hell no. They want kids? Hell no. But in my RP lens, I'm gonna go with this girl because I chose to say, you know what? I don't want to stress with other girls. I already been doing that shit. 4 girls, bro, is a headache, bro. I already did that shit, right? If it's just one girl, it's because I want to be with her. That being said, I'm talking to her right now, seeing what the vibe is, and if I like her, maybe in the future, maybe something. If not, then it is what it is.
Oh, pause. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't no long-term thing. Look at her face. This is not a long-term thing. If you hooked her up to a lie detector test and said, do you see yourself ever? Is there even a possibility of this being forever till death do us part? She's going to say no.
But I'm not saying that she's an angel.
Okay, so you're saying for you, maybe he's
Yeah,
he's
I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that says
I'm
bitches
chill,
gotta
bro.
share me.
Okay,
look,
I'm the one that
but
says
to
that.
be
you just want one
fair-
girl, right?
Bro,
To be fair, we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
He's made that a point like 100
Okay.
times.
Yes.
Different
And even I've heard that on the
episodes,
podcast.
like,
But to be fair, we have talked about.
Are you willing to share him?
no.
We've talked about
No, are you
whether.
willing? Is that about
Yes or no?
what
We
we talked
have,
about?
Well,
we
it's
have
up
talked
to
about whether, because I'm super picky. Like, I think girls are hot, but I would be super
Okay.
picky if there
Are
would be
you
someone.
willing to be in a can we go into
Long story short, yes, but there would have to be like a conversation beforehand. Which we've already mutually agreed to that.
It was different earlier.
No, I
was
told
different
you we
earlier.
mutually.
You said
It
no.
was different earlier.
Yo,
It
you
was
said
different.
wait,
We gotta be honest. We gotta be honest.
We
It was
had
different
this
earlier.
conversation.
I got recorded.
You said no. You said you were not.
Wait, I didn't catch this. They said it was different earlier, so they've already been talking about this. And so she fronting for the damn cameras. Oh, listen, man. This is not about this for them. It's not about being honest. It's about I don't want to look bad, and I'm not. It's not about the truth. It's I don't want to lose this argument. Oh, I can't stand that.
And then I said we've already talked about this. We mutually agreed. If we went to a club or something, or he found
No,
someone,
not a threesome. For you to be in a polyamorous relationship.
I said,
No.
is that personally for me? No, but I'm very open-minded. If there was
What the hell does that mean? A no, but I'm open-minded. A no is a no.
somebody that we had found,
It ain't for you.
am I totally against it? No, absolutely not. But physically, is that for me? I don't think so, but I'm not
All
gonna be
right, so
close-minded
let me
about it.
hop in. Let me hop
She's
in.
open-minded
Let me hop
about
in.
it.
I think initially, because listen, every girl says no, I'm not with that, right?
Not
When
really.
I hear
I'm
that,
with
I'm
it.
like, yeah, okay, you're supposed to say that,
I'm
right?
with it.
But you know, it was the shock of hearing it. I think, you know what I'm saying. And she never processed it, and sitting there thinking about it, letting it set in. Like the way we framed it was like, okay, you have a high value man. This man there's not a lot of the guys like this, right? He's rare. Are you willing to share him, right? First, no. It's a reaction, right?
She's not gonna admit that she said that.
Why?
I know, but she said it. But I'm giving her out.
Yes, I did say no immediately, and I want to clarify because.
But you talked to Fresh.
It was a shock. It was a shocking
No, but
question.
in between like my past ex and him, I always thought like I was never gonna be in a relationship. I was never gonna fuck with one dude at a time, and it was always gonna be like.
You got hoes.
Not even that, but like I enjoy fucking with one person at a time, but there's never been that person to come along and be like, oh, I only want to fuck with you. I knew pretty quickly that like I haven't been with anyone since him, and I knew pretty quickly that like I only fucked with him because we just have a great time together.
Like,
oh, that's so romantic. And Fresh trying to play it off, but he knows. This is the funny thing about that. He's trying to act gangster right now, but he knows that shit means a lot to him because most men, that means a lot.
So now I don't. I'm in a mind space where I don't care about being with anyone else.
No disrespect. It's not even about you. No disrespect. It's about knowing that you're with a guy who's
yeah, we've talked about it.
Okay, so
we've talked about it.
How do you feel about if he's like, yo, hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do like you and I fuck with you, but I also like her, and
I'm not gonna lie, this part of the thing is not very interesting to me. Whether they want to be in a polyamorous relationship or not is not super interesting to me. So I might have to cut this and click to a later part of the video because I really want to just talk about the fact that Fresh and Fit are peddling a disfigured ideology that either has contradictions, is not very stable, or they both disagree with, they both don't even agree with, and ultimately is not helpful for the young man who's trying to figure out how to navigate women. So I'm gonna press play, but you might see it skip to another part.
Comes to that, then
I feel like, of course, initially you've never done it, you never tried it, you never even thought about it. The first reaction is a no, right?
Yeah.
I give you that. But of course, I know human nature. I know, like, you know, you're thinking about it, letting it set in. And here's the reality: most girls get cheated on by every dude, right?
Exactly.
It's not because we're just fucking evil. Like, men are just evil. It's because people can't be honest with themselves. Dudes are afraid to say, like, you know, I like variety here and there. They're afraid to say that shit.
I agree with what Mike is saying, but not every man is like that. Especially because you got one guy who's literally telling you he doesn't care for variety that much if he finds the one girl he likes, which is Walter, whatever his name is Fresh. He's telling you, like, yo, I'm good with one girl. If it's this girl that I think is a super catch and I think likes me for me, I'm down with that. Now, Mike might like variety. Myron might like variety. But, like, men come on a spectrum. The same way that some men are 5'5" and some men are 6'5", is the same way how they feel about relationships. It's a spectrum. Now, there are some similarities, you know what I'm saying? But there's a spectrum.
Because girls be like, no, fuck that. You got to fuck me for the rest of your life. It's only me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I know that it's
a weird
not like
thing.
that.
That's just weird.
Hold on. I have a question for you, though.
Hold on.
Why do you... Okay. So, again, I'm listening to the podcast,
okay,
and I'm thinking, you know, I hear certain things and certain theories, which, by the way, I believe, and I know when, yo, this nigga, I'm listen, I don't know if there's a bigger nod for me to give. This nigga is kicking facts. Fuck your feelings. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's rare to be like this. When you're like this,
I lose a lot of girls with my.
When you're like this, you can't.
Boom. You see, listen. Right here, he's telling you. Myron Gaines is telling you. He just said, I lose a lot of girls. Hold on, man. Let me just go back real quick.
Listen, I don't know if there's a bigger nod for me to give. This nigga is kicking facts. Fuck your feelings. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's rare to be like this. When you're like this,
I lose a lot of girls with my.
When you're like this, you can't move certain type of ways.
Yeah.
You got to sacrifice maybe even some just emotional shit.
I've lost a lot of bucks.
Now,
I admit this.
here what I'm asking you.
For my
That's
views.
a lot about.
Yo,
I've lost a lot. So, and here's the thing, though. This is what drives me crazy. You're gonna have young men literally saying to other women what Myron says to women verbatim. Oh, it's not cheating. It's just exercising your other options. If she can't make me come, she's useless. She has to be this. There has to be that, bro. So this is one of the ultimate contradictions of this man, Myron Gaines, which is that his views are so extreme and so off-putting that it sacrifices his ability to get other women. And you fools get in my damn comments and say, man, Myron's taught me more than you've ever taught. Man, shut up. I'm trying to help your ass out because I care about the truth. I hate when I hear lies and contradictions and people peddling an ideology that's not even totally consistent.
but hear what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, your view doesn't necessarily line up with Myron's view. It doesn't.
No, we think differently. That being said, the foundation is still the same. So think about this, right?
What the fuck?
And hold on, and also, then I want to ask her what she brings to the table.
No. So
Because that's the age-old question, right?
So here's the thing, right? We're in a space called the red pill, right? RP. It means basically that you understand.
Oh my God. I hate this red pill shit, man. I swear to God. It's because it's like, it's this weird place where frustrated, angry, bitter men come to congregate and they figure out some things to be true. They really do. By the way, a lot of them are not likable men. You may say, oh, a lot of them aren't very attractive. They're not tall. They're not stuff. A lot of them are also like either boring or have like rage issues, like are not like people that anybody would like to talk to. That's why you struggle with women. But this whole red pill, I just like, it just makes me just, oh my God. And the way they talk about it, it's so nerdy and everything like that. The bad thing about the red pill is that they're right about certain things, and yet they are horribly wrong about others.
How women operate, and you don't play into certain things to get finesse or lose what you work for your whole life. That being said, I've been in situations where I've been married, I've been with girls, I've had experience with a lot of girls where I can say, you know what, I can bet a girl very easily and say, you know what, she's this type of way. Let me see where this goes. I'm not gonna hide myself by saying, you know what, I'm gonna trust her 100%. That being said, I met her, we talked for a little bit, went on some dates. Okay, I can see where her head is at.
In a month.
I'm gonna see where. No, I'm still vetting her. I'm gonna see where it goes. We're on the same page. We talk all the time. That being said, you're saying that because Fresh is dating her and talking to her like constant, all the time. He's simping for her. I'm not. What I'm doing is
it's not simping. By the way,
so what are you saying then?
The term of simping.
Yeah.
The term of simping is not even a thing that I would even want to even attack or address.
Yeah.
I'm saying I feel it goes against what I've thought. Hold on. You're saying that you did not push this forward, but I've seen you sit by and be complicit while he did. Well, so now I ask you.
Boom! Whoa, major haymaker here. He's saying, and this is part of why Fresh and Fit is actually successful. It's because you can't. Fresh's viewpoints are boring. They're normal. They're typical. When you have a bunch of girls, some of which are very beautiful to look at, and you inject Myron's ridiculous, outlandish ideology, and then you kick out some girls, it makes for some interesting content. Raunchy at times, personally for me, unwatchable at times, but content nonetheless. The thing that Akademiks is saying is that, you have serious differences with Myron, and yet you shut up because you know that this is part of the show, Myron's ridiculous commentary, and you're quiet, you're complicit, you let that go on. But when it comes time to defend yourself, now you want to bring up how big you differ from Myron. Come on, bro, you sat there and let this man peddle this stuff for hundreds of episodes.
Why you challenge it?
Hold on.
Because now I then want to ask you and her What does she bring? Hold on. You're a high value man. What she bring to the table?
Hold on. You watch the show, right? Certain parts. A lot of girls come on the platform all the time, right? He will say something that's his point. I'll say my point. That's how the show goes. So if I bring my point, that I think differently from him in certain cases. We're not the same people. We talk about general topics together. We debate certain things. Our RP base. Our fans are our supporters. They understand. Hey, you know what?
Listen, look at this thing right here. Just be happy, Fresh. That some people know, bro. Some people know he doesn't want. Listen, because Fresh doesn't follow this ideology that Myron or even that they attack other women with, like DJ Akademiks is saying. Some people just want to be happy, man. He don't know much about this girl. He just know that when he was 18 and he would try to talk to this girl, she would never give him the time of the day. Now that he's at a certain different point in his life, she would love to give him time of the day. She probably spent all his time with him. She'll probably even do nice things for him because what he's giving her in return is having fun and having a good time.
Extreme here, it's an extreme here. You find where you fit in.
I don't think they think you're different.
No, they definitely do. I'm not Myron, bro.
No. Maybe not to his extent.
Bro,
I don't think. Hold on.
Bro. You have to understand, right? Academics. Myron's Myron. I'm Fresh. I party. I network. I go out. I get lit.
Fresh, you're the main nigga who asks every girl every time they get here. When questions get kicked off, I see you say, "Hey, I got a question. What? How old are y'all? What's your body count? What you bring to the table?" You tell me what she brings to the table.
Sure.
And, or let me. Can I ask her?
Chris asked the body count.
Yeah, ask the body count.
What do you bring to the table for this nigga?
Oh my god.
I just want to say beforehand, everyone keeps bringing up a high value man, and genuinely, I did not know what he did before I met him.
Oh my God. I mean, they're both lying. And it's to preserve their relationship because it's mutually beneficial. She wants the fun that my Fresh can provide. Fresh wants this girl that he would never be able to get otherwise. And to say that she did not know what he did otherwise when you met him on Seeking Arrangements. By the way, when I saw that Myron had his Seeking Arrangements profile, I went and looked it up. Yo, they have your salary on there. They have your net worth. She didn't need to know what he did for a living. She knew that he was a man of means. Come on, man. She trying to front. She like, look at the lies.
It was my roommate that had actually been on the podcast, and when he invited me, she was like, "Oh, who is it?" And I show your Instagram page. I'm literally thinking nothing of this. I honestly didn't even think that I think he just needed girls for the yacht. I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll just get.
Yo, see how she's conveniently leaving out that she was on Seeking? So what happened was that I'm putting this together now. I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate. If you go look at some other videos where Fresh admits to finding her on Seeking Arrangements. He hits her up. I think they trade like Instagram or something like that, and they don't link up for the longest. Then her friends goes on his podcast and is like, "Yo, this is this guy," and she remembers, "Oh shoot, it's this guy that hit me up on Seeking Arrangements. He actually is popping." So now is another thing that she wasn't even rocking with you even on Seeking Arrangements, and it took for her friend to go on the podcast to realize that she was popping. Because if you was an attractive man, she would have been on that. And I'm not trying to put Fresh down because you can't control, how you look or whatever. But if he was a showstopper, she on a date with him that week. She was on the fence I don't really know. Who is this guy? Is he really legit? And her girlfriend gave her the social proof. By the way, social proof is big for women. That's one thing that a lot of, Myron will get right. Or for whatever you red pill people will get right. Social proof. That is something that women rely on to try to figure out, is this person real about this life? Now, men, we don't care about that. We don't need no social proof. You can be working at McDonald's. You can be working at Walgreens. You could be a cashier. You know what I'm saying? You could be cleaning houses. If you're beautiful and we agreeable and we like you and we connect with you, we down. But women, a lot of times, especially these types of women, that's honestly not looking for no real connection, if we being honest, they need that social proof.
go. I had no idea what he did. Didn't look at his Instagram. I didn't stalk his Instagram. And she was like, oh, wait, I've actually been on their podcast. And I was like, okay, didn't even know what they did. And when we were on the yacht, he was like, okay, so I'm a podcaster. I'm like, honestly, and I don't even want to watch it because I want to get to know the real you. I don't want to get to know you from your podcast.
Can I ask you a question? So you're essentially basically proving what they say is wrong in terms of you don't give a fuck about a high value man, right?
I don't. You don't. No.
So.
Oh my God, this is such a convoluted point at this point. I'm getting tired of even explaining and having to unpack the contradictions. One, you were on seeking arrangements. That is the definition of seeking a high value man. Number two, she's trying to act like she doesn't want a high value man, which completely contradicts, like DJ Akademiks is saying, contradicts the entire show, which is that all women want the top, what you call it, percent. And you have to get into that percent, which is what Myron preaches, which, by the way, is numerically impossible, right? All men can't get into the top 15%. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because then there will always be the top 15%. If everybody suddenly, the minimum wage goes up to $150,000 a year, there will still be a top 15%. You can't escape that. So, I mean, oh my God, it's just the contradictions he's pointing out. And he doesn't even, at this point, DJ Akademiks doesn't even know that they met on seeking arrangements. I mean, he's still crushing them.
His living example does not give a fuck about what he's talking about.
I care that he has a personality and I can be around him.
But you don't care if he's a high value man.
No, I really don't. I did not care about his chain. I did not care about his watch. I don't care that we met on
That's not high value, though. That's not what he's talking about.
You don't.
You see how she said, thank you, Mike. Mark Zuckerberg don't have no chain, no watch. There's plenty of high value, quote unquote, men that don't have all this flashy jewelry and stuff. That's silly. She's already made the point. She does not like designer brands. She's not into all that kind of stuff. But she is into the lifestyle that these type of men can provide.
But she don't even know what it means, bro. See, you're so wrapped up in certain.
Wait. Let's ask her. What do you think it means when one says a high value man?
Like somebody that everyone wants because they think that they have something.
But what's high value to you? What's a person of value to you? What does that mean?
To me,
yeah, a
person of high value is somebody that I can be around and genuinely have a good time with and want to see over and over again. And
fun person.
Someone fun, someone that I can get along with. Super, like it was super easy with him.
Okay, so question: are you not concerned with the relationship progressing, or what if I get pregnant, or
Mike?
See, but see, Mike is, he's not asking it specifically directly, but he has a hunch instinctually about like, so he's naming that this shit is surface level. When you say, I just want somebody that I can have fun with, that's surface level. That's not, I'm trying to build something deep and long term with. That's for the moment. And so he's saying, yo, well, what if you get pregnant? Well, what if but what about the long term? What about all these major things that you have to think about? And she's not thinking about those things because she doesn't see herself long term with this man.
Yo.
Why?
This is even
that's Mike, a possibility.
This is even a bigger question I want to ask. If your girl or the girl you're fucking with doesn't care about the theories that you're preaching, doesn't it let you adjust your theories?
Woo! Yo, he is cooking them right now. And look at Slow Yo, he is cooking them. And this is one of my biggest problems with this show, which is that once presented with evidence consistently to the contrary of what they preach, they still go and peddle the same ideology. They don't adjust their ideology. Why? Because it's not an ideology that they actually believe exists. It's an ideology that they want. And it's mainly Myron. Myron wants that world order where women are completely subservient to men and have to shut up and do what they're told and do all this kind of stuff. But And this is one of the things I have to tell y'all young men out there. The world ain't like that. It's changing. Even the countries that Myron thinks he can flee to, they will eventually change too. Like, women are getting more and more power, more and more respect. You can't just, they're dominating in the workplace. This is it's not an ideology that's real. It's an ideology that he wants to be real. He is demanding compliance. Now, I do think a lot of women got to check themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of a little far off and they need to reel themselves back into reality. But like, the fact that these people peddle this stuff to y'all and y'all just eat it up and then get mad at somebody like me who's just trying to point out the contradictions and why you can't follow this stuff when DJ Akademiks is seeing it. Come on, man.
No, you're talking about
even better. Even better.
No. You're preaching about high-valued men to a bunch of men who think they need to be high-valued. Yet the girl that you are fucking with doesn't care about that. Maybe that should tell you.
Okay, but I also don't want a bum who.
You see, somebody whispered, "That's a contradiction." Let's go back real quick, and I'm gonna try to wrap this up because I'm getting tired.
That you are fucking with doesn't care about that. Maybe that should tell you.
Okay, but I also don't want a bum who has no motivation and doesn't have a job and lays on his ass all day.
You want to value.
You see, but like that's not. She went to an extreme. What she also wants is a man that can make her have fun. In Miami, you need money to do that. Not only do you need money to do that, you really need a good amount of expendable cash and networks to do that. That's not somebody who just has a job and is not a bum. That's somebody with has expendable cash. In other words, more money than they need to survive. Okay, that already puts you at you're way up. Need to make way over $100,000 in Miami to have that.
Hold
on. I want someone who wants to do well for themselves.
Hold on, I got you.
And you can be successful in your own right.
She couldn't define before.
No. This goes back to what? Hold on. I got you right. So you're saying basically that she has to follow every single dynamic you see on the show, guys. Just so you know, on the show.
That's not what he said. See, man, I can't. That's a weak counter. Oh, she has to follow everything on the show. No, that's a big thing that y'all preach. And if you want to get the woman, if you want to get in the candy store, you have to become high value. That's Myron's one of the pillars of his ideology.
There are exceptions to the rule. There's not 100% anything.
An exception to the rule, and then they always blast women and say, "Oh, women like to think in possibilities. Men think in probabilities. We have to think about what was probably gonna happen." But you're a living, breathing example. Yo, I didn't even know it was gonna get this bad, but the contradictions here are endless.
Nigga, she just told you she's not into high value people in terms of that's an
exception.
Listen.
In terms of materialism.
Hold on, slow jams.
Yo, the girls in the back are naming the specifics. Yo, this is crazy. This is bad. Fresh looks bad. Fresh is saying some girl just said in terms of materialism. That's not all quote unquote high value men can provide. High value men can help you get clout, can help you give you a lifestyle, be on a boat, be on a stuff. Materialism is like, oh, did he buy me a Gucci bag? Oh, did he buy me, diamond earrings? But she's saying, listen, I don't care about all that, but I like to have fun and I want to be on this podcast and I want to, like be in the VIP section when I go to the club.
Chime in here, because you've been on the show multiple times. Please chime in.
Okay.
Now, this is whack. Like, I already know what's about to happen because, like, Fresh is being a little cowardly. And one of the things that I've noticed about just Fresh and Fit, Myron and Walter, whatever these dudes' names are, is that they bring women back on the show that, like, go hard for them. They say, "Nah, man, Fresh and Fit, they're right. What they're saying is true." And da 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 da. Slow Jam is one of the biggest ones. Now, listen, I rock with Slow Jam. She's a cute girl. You know what I'm saying? I like her, like laid back attitude and everything like that. I already know she's about to cap for Fresh though. She about to cap, this is what Fresh says, and man, get off my boy. That's what he's keeping it real. This is who he is.
Okay, so what I want to say is so far, what Fresh and Myron talk about most of the time be whores.
Exactly.
Whores.
Oh, see, I only talk about
We're not talking about.
Nigga,
they don't only talk about whores.
We
talk about,
speak in generalities because it's a broad audience.
yes, Miami is full of whores, but
So y'all only
obviously,
talk about Miami. I'm just trying to figure out the
No,
audience y'all talking.
no,
No.
obviously the person that you're interested in would not line up to be a whore. Like if you're on
Yeah,
this
the people are
podcast
talking
talking about all these things, of course you're gonna scout around and figure out.
The
Who
only
fits
thing
the
I'm
bill?
fucked up about is that the majority of people who watch a podcast is not in Miami.
We know that.
Are you
I see
from
what-
That's
Miami?
still gonna be
Are
horse
you
in
originally from
Wisconsin.
Miami?
It still
Nah,
applies.
In Australia, it's not like Miami.
It's not like it,
in
but there's
Wisconsin,
still
it's
gonna
not
be
like Miami.
there's
In
still
LA,
gonna
it's
be
not
horse.
Miami.
There's-
I'm from
it's a-
Jersey.
it's
It's
a-
not like Miami.
But there's
But
a
it's-
concept that
Miami's
they
different.
have
There's
that
similarities,
follows in
bro.
different areas. Okay, if you see a girl talking
So,
about designer,
why don't you then group the people you're talking about as we're
Nigga,
talking about whores?
we do. You don't watch the show.
Bro,
no, you
that-
don't. Hold on. You don't. No.
Wait,
I'm
She's
dead.
here.
wait.
Hold on. No.
So y'all talking about women, not whores?
You don't watch the show.
Hell yeah.
This point, no, you don't watch the show. She's been here multiple times. We say A, B, C, D. You were saying only A. You don't watch the show. So you're
What? This is, oh my God, this is so stupid. What do you, listen, I watch the show. You don't have to watch the show. You don't have to watch every show to know what they're talking about. By the way, the show is repetitive as hell. That's one of the reasons I can't even really watch this show anymore. It's the same thing. Do you like, we're going to go around and ask the girls, do they like length or girth? And say why. I want to barf every time I hear that question. The girl's going to go around and say, what do they like in a guy? What are the top 3 things? It's the same shit every single time. You don't have to watch this show a bunch of times to know what this show is about. So for him to say you don't watch the show when DJ Akademiks has been on the show already is crazy.
Your argument is invalid.
Hold on.
It's invalid.
I'm
bro.
gonna be honest with you.
We done.
Yeah.
You don't watch the show.
You
don't watch the show.
I listen to you and you say women.
watch the
I
show.
don't hear you say whores. I
Nigga.
don't hear you.
Because-
Actually, Fresh co-signed some shit that I said. Like, I'm not surprised that he's with, like, what he's saying right now. If you go on my page, you can actually hear him. Sorry, Myron. Not Myron. Co-sign it of, I pretty much said the same thing. I like genuine connections and started things
Bro.
from.
Real
That's
quick,
the
guys.
whole point of everything.
Yes.
We'll do
Yeah,
the last.
so-
We'll do the last arguments, and then we'll wrap it up, and then get into the topic for tonight.
So, Myron,
and guys, there's over 9,000 you guys watching. Do me a quick favor and like the
like the
goddamn video,
man. Sub the channel.
because I'll tell you guys this: these niggas argue about this shit every day,
Lord.
and I'm just like, God
trying to
damn
save
it!
this nigga,
And I'm
man.
always in the middle of
Fuck
it.
it.
So now y'all actually get to be alongside and see how this thing goes, because they be on FaceTime.
Whoa, listen. One of the things that's also interesting too is that Myron is actually a smart person. He has a lot of bad ideas, which a lot of smart people in history have had. When you creating the atomic bomb, and you listen, there's a lot of smart people in Nazi Germany, right, that did horrible stuff. Let me just say it like that. He's smart right here because what he's actually doing is he's being creative a little bit, and he's actually diffusing some of the tension. And it's actually to preserve the kind of legitimacy of this podcast, because he just is saying, oh, this is just the argument that they have and everything like that. But DJ Akademiks is actually confronting Fresh on some very serious problems with the podcast, fundamentally speaking. But Myron is just downplaying it to just them having a bro argument back and forth.
Doing this shit every day,
Listen.
bro. So,
Myron,
Friends, man.
Myron,
yeah, go ahead.
please close it out. What are your thoughts? And then your thoughts, and then Mike's thoughts, and then my thoughts.
I see where Ak is coming from. I see where you're coming from. We're just very different, I'll be very honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a little polarizing. I've said it before. If a girl deals with me, bitch, you got to share me with others, because I didn't work this. I didn't work this hard to get one.
Pause. You see, just right there. You see how everybody reacted to Myron? That's part of the show. It's the shock factor that he produces, though. He said, what? And then a lot of men who are so frustrated and angry with women who've been played by vicious, terrible women, and there's a good amount of vicious, terrible women out there. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you that. They root behind them and say, you know what? Women should shut the hell up, and if we work hard, they better lick the. So, you know what I'm saying? This is part of the allure of the show.
Girl, like, that's fucking dumb. And I've said it many times on the podcast. Like, once you rise to a certain level, make a certain amount of money, you reach a certain status. Like,
Myron, can I ask you a question?
it's dumb to share a girl. I'm sorry.
You heard what he just said, though? It's so crazy how disrespectful Myron is, though. Like, this is why, like, Myron's personality is never going to be enough to pull a girl. And why he can't give you that advice, because he's not capable of doing that. He just said in front of his co-host, it's dumb to go with one girl once you rise to a certain level. Fam, I don't tell another man what he should do with his thing. If he just wants to use it for one girl or two girls like Mike, then that's their prerogative. Myron is talking about just like an unlimited number of girls. He has to be with several girls. Not all men are like that. And sometimes men are like that in the beginning, and like, I'm done with this stuff. First of all, as somebody who had the privilege to entertain a lot of different women at certain points of my life, bro, that's exhausting. The coordination, the back and forth, this girl, that, dealing with the most, all this kind of stuff, that is exhausting. So, like, for him to be so disrespectful and be like, you're dumb if you do that, when Fresh just made his argument that that's what he wants to do, this shit is just wild, man.
One girl, she gotta share you. Go ahead.
Myron, like, no disrespect, but you're the lead voice of this podcast. A lot of people who are subscribing to the things you're teaching them feel that this is the thought. They're not thinking that there's opposing views.
Exactly.
And if you're willing to say, hey, listen, that's just me, cool. Well, you should say it.
Yeah.
Because what's happening.
He does. Many times.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my opinion, not
No,
other people's.
he doesn't.
But the platform is both you guys.
Nigga, he speaks, I speak.
Yeah.
They chime in. Nigga, people know this. Yeah.
Nah, son. Nah, Fresh. We gotta. Fresh, man. Oh my God. I feel like I'm frustrated with Fresh, man, because he's being so disingenuous. Just go watch any episode and record how loud and how long Myron talks in terms of making a point. I'm not talking about asking girls a question. I'm talking about in terms of peddling and ideology. Listen to how long Fresh speaks and listen to how long Myron speaks. It's not even close. Like, you watch episodes and it seems like Fresh is quiet for 30, 45 minutes straight. And Myron is just going in, telling women this, telling women that. Like, for him to make it seem like it's 50-50 or even close to that is so disingenuous that I can't even take him seriously anymore. I can't stand this.
Yeah, I have my opinions on how I think things are. He does as well.
All right, hold on.
You watch the show, only watch what he says.
So for the record, you don't believe in terms of what he says, and how you're living your life is how you believe.
Well, first off, right, you're saying because this right here is only what I believe in. I'm saying, look, we understand the foundation.
It's an example of what you believe in.
Nigga, do you watch the show?
Yeah, I do.
Look.
No, you don't.
This is what it is. This is what it
I'm
is.
confused.
This is what it is. We both have a fundamental knowledge and we see the world through the same lens. We just choose to react to the lens differently. So I look at it like, girls got to share me. I'm not having one chick. That's dumb, in my opinion. Fresh has said multiple times, hey, if I find a girl, I'm down to have just one. But me, I've always said it like I'm gonna have multiple.
Your boy Mike falling asleep. This is it's just stupid back and forth. I think the problem is that even though Fresh has probably said that, I mean, it feels like Myron's talking 80% of the time. That's probably not even. It's really like 90%, if we're being honest. Like, it's rare that you see Fresh go on a tangent to explain a point. You never hear that. Myron will do that several times in an episode.
Girl, hold
on. So
that's what it is.
Since he's not going to answer me, I get on Myron.
Oh, shit.
Myron, I love you.
Yeah, it's okay.
No. But so you're telling me when I'm watching, and I keep telling you, I watch you every time I'm eating lunch. I love watching you.
I watch you too.
Right?
Pause.
So when you have a group of women around here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying this maybe for the next chick that comes on and says, hey, listen, I'm fucking new to Miami or I'm whatever, and I'm with some guy that just like, you know, I know how you compute shit. It doesn't make sense, but listen, we're just kind of in it together. You're not gonna be putting on 20 hats. You're not gonna be playing a bunch of sound effects. You're gonna be like, no, it's just like how my nigga Fresh is with Shorty. And you gonna keep it 100. Because what y'all are saying right now is that the shit that I see consistently, and there's certain themes, and if niggas can sit in this chat and be like, there's not themes that come through the Fresh and Fit podcast, just like if I was watching Kevin Samuels or anybody else, there's themes that go, that like it's basically echoed constantly. If you are down to say that this does not contradict it, I don't want you to be shaming no other women on here when they come in here and say, hey, I'm 23, I'm with some nigga who's making mad money, he's on the incline of his career, but we got a connection. Don't say they are gold diggers, don't be sarcastic to them, let's keep it 100. I like to keep it 100.
I get it.
You understand what I mean?
get what you're saying.
Because
I don't.
I see it all the time, and I call Cap with y'all.
I
When
see
Myron's
what he-
called Cap, nigga, I'm on my computer, I slap my mouse. That's Cap. You know why you here. But you're telling me now, because now I feel like I'm a listener misled. Y'all telling me now, oh no, you just took the wrong thing from it. Maybe you just took Myron's point. But if I took Myron's point, why don't y'all debate this shit? Y'all seem to provide a united front every time niggas is watching.
Talk to this man. Y'all trying to because y'all gotta make it look like y'all a team, even though it's really Myron who believes this shit. That's why my first video, I said it's really about Myron Gaines. Go back to my first video. I said it's really Myron Gaines who's peddling this shit. Fresh is just there for the ride. Now, listen, I don't know what Fresh does behind the scenes. Maybe he does network. Maybe he does do some stuff. I don't know. I think he puts a lot of sauce on that because I know he's not the one getting the girls. They already admitted he's not bringing the girls in there. So what are you doing networking? Like, what? I mean, but listen, I'm not even going to step on that because they'll zero in on that. But, oh, Fresh does this, Fresh does this. Listen, y'all, that's like what he's saying. Y'all provide if DJ Akademiks says he watches this every time during lunch, and now he comes up to Miami, which most of the viewers never get to do, and see how they live in their lives. And Fresh, you fundamentally are living something so different than what you preach, and your girl is saying she don't even go for high value men, which is a lie, but she's trying to say that. Yo, it's such a wild contradiction that any man who respects himself is gonna have to confront and get to the bottom of this. And Slow Jams is she wants to be a part of this show so much that she's just gonna cape and say, oh, I don't see the point. But what DJ Akademiks is saying is making sense. Don't act like he don't know what he's talking about, man.
Niggas is watching for basically an ideology.
All right, you haven't answered the question. Where have I strayed from the point of view?
Nigga, if you're the where you strayed was when you said, if any other chick that came in here, if she said right now she met Trey Songz on a fucking yacht, and she said, yo, I'm talking to Trey Songz, but he likes me for me, y'all would play mad sound effects and play her the fuck out. But because it's your girl, she likes you for you.
Okay.
Woo! It's true. Part of the show is ridiculing women off of something like that. And Fresh, like, okay, first of all, Fresh keeps on saying, hey, you still haven't told me. This Akademiks said it in the most crystal clear way. I want to hear this rebuttal, actually. Let me hear what he says.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. That is one encounter, right, on a yacht.
Yo, you knew her for a month.
You're not, dude.
Man.
You're misunderstanding.
You knew her for a month, dog.
Dude,
how long you knew her?
We are dating girls, right, bro? You don't date her one day.
Month.
No, nigga. It is one day you're talking about.
Month.
I'm saying, look, we're dating right now. We're seeing what's up.
You're saying one day versus a month is a huge difference.
Nigga.
Just tell me that and I'm good.
Nigga.
We're good. We can move on after.
You don't vet a girl in one day, bro. You have to vet her over a period of time.
Which is true, because he
could you vet her in a month?
After.
Could you vet her in a month?
Go ahead.
This is true. He had other girls on the vlog right like after I met him.
That's cute. Could you vet a girl in a month to say she wants me for me and nothing else?
Bro,
tell your audience that. Don't tell me.
No.
Yo, this is why I actually rock with DJ Akademiks a lot more now, because he's like, listen, don't even. I already know the answer to this, bro. Tell your audience this bullshit. Tell your audience that you can that you can vet a girl for 1 month after the first physical encounter you had with her was on a yacht. Go tell your audience that. The people that y'all lying to. The grown men that's trying to search the internet, trying to look for men who have figured this out, who understands what to do. You tell them that. You go lie to them about this bullshit.
No. I'm asking you right now.
Tell them that they need to spend at least a month.
Last arguments, please.
I have experience, right? And so does Myron, to see. We do it every single night, right? We can see patterns. We can see certain things, right? That being said,
don't play the guru card. Tell your audience that if you fuck with a chick a month, your intuition about her is what's gonna be the thing.
Listen to me, right?
You're not gonna tell the audience that.
You're saying that
you're trying to be the exception.
No. You're saying
the same thing you get a text for.
I see what you're doing here, right? You're trying to say that, look, this is the exception here, right? And and
this is the exception because you're the teacher. No. It's like the fucking preacher who cheats on his wife, but because he's been talking to the Lord every night, he's saying, oh, this is not that bad like when y'all cheat on your wife. It's just as bad.
We say vet a girl for a year. It hasn't even been a year yet.
Right.
You say vet a girl for a year, but you vet her for a month. Nigga, and you making statements about it.
Oh, man. Fresh. You looking crazy. Yo, how many points? Yeah, listen. If Fresh had made a strong argument, I'd give him props. But DJ Akademiks is scoring so many points. This is a blowout right now. Fresh just conceded. He said, yo, we said vet a girl for a year. And he just spent this whole, it's been 45 minutes of him defending why she's different from all the other Miami girls. Yo, Fresh. Yo, this is bad. Look at DJ. He can't even stomach this shit anymore, dog.
Talking right now, nigga. Are you retarded,
bro? You said it.
You're saying, right?
You said she likes it for you. Did you not say that,
nigga? I'm getting to know her.
Did you say?
Now he backpedaling. Did you say you? Come on, man. Come on, Fresh, bro.
I said
video.
Nigga, I said it. But
right.
Hold on. I'm saying to you, it takes time to know somebody, right? I'm saying for what I see.
So you got 11 months to go.
From what I see right now,
you got 11 months to go.
I can see certain things, whereas, you know what? She might be that person. You're saying, oh, Fresh.
No.
You like her for... What am I saying then?
I'm saying if you tell your audience, take a year.
My audience knows
if you tell your audience, take a year, you take a year. Nigga, don't make no statements. Don't contradict yourself.
I never did.
Like her.
I'm still
you seem. I'm
still talking to her right now, bro.
All right. So okay, he's still vetting her.
Exactly. You don't watch the show, bro. You don't watch the show.
No. I'm going over.
What is this? You don't watch the show? That's and he's smiling about that. This. All right. Well, y'all. I mean, I hope y'all can see this. This was bad. Fresh is embarrassing. Myron's probably gonna try to put some water on this fire, but it's bad though. It's the truth. It's a contradiction. Just say you like the girl. Listen, yo, I like the girl. I ain't gonna front, man. I know we say this shit. You say vet a girl. You can't trust none of these bitches. They all want you for this. Da 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 da. I like her, bro. That's what it is. I'm chilling with her. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like the other dude said, just be happy. Like, that's what it is.
What he said, I met her on a yacht, but I know she likes me for me.
Yeah.
If he didn't say that word, I'd be like, cool.
If I didn't like him for him, I wouldn't have spent every day with him.
That's also nonsense. As soon as she started talking, I already knew what she was about to say. She's trying to, in some ways, she's trying to rationalize to herself. But it's the same as saying, that's like saying, oh, if I didn't like this super rich dude, I wouldn't be around him every single day. You're with him for a reason. It may not be to get Gucci bags and to get fancy whatever, but you're with him because it's fun. I can't imagine what Fresh and Fit, like if you, I don't know what Myron's doing, but if you actually taking advantage of the clout that they have in Miami, a party city, man, everywhere. Fresh probably walks around and people say, yo, you Fresh from the podcast? Like, she wants to be a part of that. She wants to be around somebody famous. She wants to be around somebody who can take her on boats and go VIP party. You know what I'm saying? So to say that you don't have to like Fresh as a person to always want to be around him.
For the past month.
Said every girl who met a nigga on a yacht and who's with them afterwards. Like,
Facts. Come on now.
Okay, but every girl here knows that you can only tolerate so much of some person. Like, okay, you might have millions of dollars. Like, I've seen people with millions of dollars.
Okay, all that's... They're both... maybe they are meant for each other, man, because they're both ridiculous and annoying. She said, well, you can only tolerate... So if we're talking about tolerance, now she's saying, like, yo, I can tolerate him. And we have fun. That's all you're saying.
I don't want to spend every day with
Have you ever heard of Brittany Renner? You ever heard of Selena Powell? They've tolerated niggas for... They've tolerated a lot worse niggas for a lot longer time.
Every day, every day they're hanging out with him every second. No.
My only thing is they made it.
I think we've officially reached the point of diminishing returns.
We're beating up their horse.
So, this is, now you guys got to see what I deal with every day. You know what I'm saying? Between shows and everything else like that. But yeah, I'm going to give a round of applause to both parties here because that was very entertaining. We got 10,000 plus y'all niggas in here.
I look.
So do me a quick favor.
I still love Ak. You feel me? Ak is still the homie. We still good,
guy.
Right?
Fresh my guy.
We're going to go to the pub after this.
I mean, okay, I'll give Fresh is smart here because even though somebody was really confronting you, he wants to maintain this relationship, so he's gonna make it amiable. I suspect that both of them want to keep it amiable because they both have podcasts that have a significant reach, and so it's like it's as a business relationship. Let's keep this intact.
Yeah, I'm just only here to save Fresh from like making a big mistake. But other than that, like we're gonna hit the club.
Yeah.
With the kids,
get lit. And look,
give it 6 months.
Look. If it works out, cool. If it doesn't,
by the way,
it's just my turn, brother.
Hey, listen, I think, I don't know.
Whoa. Yo, Fresh don't got no. It's just my turn. That's something you tell your boys. Like, just tell your boys, yo, bro, it's just your turn. Don't say that in front of a girl, man. That's just weird.
I don't know if I can speak for Fresh. Yeah. But I'm good off everything I can say. You could have the last word. And I do want, of course, Myron and Mike to have the last word and all this, and then we could get right into the bullshit.
Yeah. Because we got a video to react to, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So, Mike, you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Listen, it don't...
I like this guy.
Listen. We got... What is it called? Akademiks. Henny Mike over here. Henny Mike over here. You know what I'm saying?
Mike Akademiks.
It's all good, bro. Like, listen, I personally feel like I might own shit. I own whatever the fuck I'm feeling. And whoever don't like it, fuck it. I own it. And listen, it's certain things I've learned over life, like even like in my profession and dealing with employees, like say somebody fuck up, and I'm backing them in the corner. I know why, and I want them to admit it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes I just gotta lay off. You know what I'm saying? Because it just gets weird. You know.
Listen, that's some real shit, and I'm gonna probably just end it right here, because I don't really feel like listening to the closing statements, whatever that nonsense they call that. That sums it up though, pretty much, which is that Fresh was being backed into a corner, and he just could not admit it. Other people was sussing it out and figuring out like, yo, you just like her. She doesn't like the materialistic shit, but that doesn't mean she's with you because she likes you. Like, this is bad for Fresh. But I think that Fresh kind of got away. He got away. He took some hits, some punches. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even hit the canvas at one time, but as long as he can come away not looking completely horrific, he can escape this conversation and then the podcast can go on. They've already been blasted. They've been critiqued. and they're still gonna survive because there's so many men that like the Jerry Springer, like the modern day Jerry Springer kind of thing, which is just like silly, stupid women that can't answer questions and that you're getting a bunch of party girls and you put them in one room. Not all girls are like that, but majority of them are. Asking them questions. Myron says some outlandish stuff. Some of the stuff is right, and people are like, oh, see, that stuff is true, but some of the stuff that make you lose out on stuff, and a lot of stuff that's incomplete. And the show's gonna go on because it has moments where women look stupid. They kick out women. It's awkward. It's over the top. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if you make this video, if you make these things once a week, not once a week, shoot, I think they do it like almost every day. Yeah, a couple times a month, you're gonna have a clip. You're gonna have a nice 2-minute clip that can go viral. You know what I'm saying? So, but like at the end of the day, what I want to tell people is most of the people that have made comments about my past video, it was overwhelmingly positive. But I heard some people saying like, man, I've learned more from them than I could ever learn from you. Da 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 da. Fam, they leading you astray. They're not living it. Myron admitted that his ideology makes him lose out on women. Fresh not even living what the podcast is preaching. Fam, if you want to watch it for entertainment, that's cool. It is. Sometimes it is entertaining. For me personally, it's hard for me to get through an episode because Myron's contradictions are so cringy. And listening to Fresh talk sometimes, I'm embarrassed for him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this podcast will go on, and a lot of you fools will watch it. Some of y'all gonna know. Some of y'all didn't turn it off on them. I think they probably bought subscribers. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But this is just the mess of Miami. Do anything for clout, and hey, if it works for them, it works for them. I can't even knock it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to tell y'all the truth about what's going on. So until next time.